All right, here's our third segment, okay? And after a good game by Zach Wilson, we got to talk about his breakout game for the Jets and all the scrutiny this guy's gotten, especially by Rodney Harrison going out there and saying he's garbage and stuff. And the way Chris Jones handled that was absolutely phenomenal. Zach Wilson looked good. And I've been defending this guy for quite some time now. I had him high coming out of the draft class. I think all the talent's there. You heard Chris Collinsworth kept saying it. The talent is there. So here we go. We don't have a Jets guy on with us, but we got two other football minds. One from Seahawks that we already been talking to this entire time, and Kyle here too is a Saints guy. What did you guys see from Zach Wilson, and are you starting to see the development? And is this a breakout performance to hopefully be something that he can start to build on? So Seahawks, I'll start with you. We got 7 minutes for this entire segment. What are your thoughts on Zach Wilson?
Oh, I think he played a very solid game considering the circumstances. It just seemed like, when he had time in the pocket to throw, he was able to read the defense perfectly and was just able to keep the Jets in the game. None of that game, well, for the most part, it wasn't his fault, except for the fumble at the end. But other than that, he put his team in a position to win and pull off a major upset in prime time. And I thought that was very impressive. And considering all the criticism he'd gone through, considering pretty much the whole NFL world was mocking him, I actually found it amazing that he finally broke through and made a statement, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
I think he will continue to make a statement moving forward. I don't know if the Jets will make the playoffs ultimately. Right now, the odds are against them because they're like what 1-3 now.
Yeah.
And so, I think Zach Wilson will have a good third season. But at the end of the day, considering it's his third season, we don't know if that's even going to be enough at this point.
Yep.
But the matter of the fact is, he stepped up his game last night, and I think he's going to continue to do it.
He went toe to toe with Pat Mahomes, and I actually think he outdueled him in that game.
No, he clearly did.
We,
Patrick Mahomes had a whole there were like two passes where that were like intercepted. And I just lost my mind because like he threw it straight at the defender, like at the defender. Some people might think that's like what Zach Wilson would do, but that's not what Zach Wilson did last night. He played more like Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's the
It's all
thing. When
base roles.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that, he went toe to toe with this guy and he ultimately outdueled him. And again, if Wilson made the mistakes that Mahomes made in that game, he would be scrutinized so
Yeah.
badly, so badly. But when Mahomes does it, he gets a free pass. And again, this is what I mean by the national media, that you got to be fair with everybody. You can't just always knock Zach Wilson because he's down and is an easy target when Pat Mahomes is making the same mistakes. And we don't criticize Mahomes because Mahomes can make some crazy plays. We understand that, but that doesn't mean that we should let it slide. If you don't let it slide for one guy, you can't let it slide for another guy. And I know Mahomes makes some great plays, but still, you shouldn't be making some of those bad throws.
I would definitely have to.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I was gonna say, Nick, you mentioned the media. Chris Collinsworth, even after Patrick Mahomes was just making all those terrible throws, he continued to glaze him, like absolutely glaze him, calling him a champion, calling him a winner. Like he can't criticize the guy. Like I legitimately think Chris Collinsworth has a mad crush on Patrick Mahomes after what I watched last night.
He may. Kyle, what were you gonna say, Kyle?
All right, okay, first of all, I'm gonna talk about Zach Wilson now. Talk about what I'm gonna talk about. First of all, Zach Wilson's first 3 games this season, you played some really good defenses. You played the Bills, you played the Cowboys, you played the Patriots. Those are not easy defenses to go against. Obviously, the Cowboys ate them alive. The Bills, another good defense. So I mean, when you say the talent is there, it's definitely there, and he's playing against other talent, and that's where it all comes down to. Zach Wilson definitely has talent. You can see the support around the league from all the players. By the way, everyone stepping up when they were trying to get Chris Jones to say something bad about him, and then that blew up on Twitter. The support there is for Zach Wilson. He has all the tools to be a good quarterback. He's only 24 years old, so it takes time. I don't know if it'll be with the Jets. To be honest with you, it may be a backup thing, and then or fighting for a spot on a bad team. You know how that goes. I believe that's in the bags, but he definitely is talented. He does have the pieces around him right now as well to succeed. So it is up to him to, put a show out if it's not for the Jets, for other teams.
Yeah, and
And
go ahead.
and then the second thing I was gonna go with, I completely disagree with you about the Patrick Mahomes. You tell him he makes a mistake, and Zach Wilson, you criticize him. Look, as you guys said, not Zach Wilson. Patrick Mahomes is a winner in this league. He has his accolades. If he messes up, he can mess up a few times. He can mess up a lot because what he can do is get himself out of there. Because not only did Patrick Mahomes mess up last night, but he's the one that ultimately made the plays with his legs to win that game. He is a winner, and when you're a winner and you have the accolades behind you, you can mess up one time to time again, and then people criticizing you, it's not going to impact you. Zach Wilson, he hasn't won much in this league yet. He isn't in any star level yet, so if he makes a mistake and it's on primetime TV, he's going to get that backlash.
Yeah, and we got 2 minutes, so we got to sum this up fast. But this is what I'll say to that. Do I agree with you? Yes. In the sense of media-wise, absolutely. I believe that, again, when Wilson messes up, it's going to be magnified because, again, he hasn't proven it. And like you said, Mahomes is a winner, and he can. Everybody's going to make mistakes, right? I'm not saying that you crucify the guy for making a mistake because he makes so many other plays. The thing is, though, you got to be fair for both the guys. If someone throws it doesn't matter who you are.
Exactly.
If you throw an interception.
Exactly.
It's a mistake. And whether that's Mahomes or Zach Wilson or Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, an interception, especially if it hits off the guy's hands, okay, the quarterback really couldn't do much about it. But if it's overthrown or underthrown, or you're just making a stupid decision like Josh Allen does, here's another thing. Josh Allen's an elite guy. I know he hasn't won a championship yet, but he's elite. If he makes an interception, he gets scrutinized. Mahomes doesn't, because they say, Josh Allen's a bonehead. I don't know why he gets this bad rap. We got a minute left. Here's my final question. I just need a yes or no real fast. At the end of the day, after this game, and looking forward now, but this is a good building block, do you believe that Zach Wilson will be the future quarterback of the New York Jets? This is a tough one, and just yes or no. We got to be fast. Seahawks, start with you. Yes or no? No context. Just yes or no.
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
Kyle.
No, I don't know, but no.
I don't know either. I hate that question. I wish there was allowed to be contest, but we got less than a minute. I'm going to say yes. I'm just going to say yes. We'll see. I'm probably going to be wrong. That's all from us. After the Aaron Rodgers things, I think he'll be there. I think he's going to continue to build, and they're going to hold him around. We'll see you guys soon. We got our next segment coming up shortly. See you guys soon. Peace. We are Bill Betters.
180. 180, set.
Hehehehe